Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to these. These are going to be, as you can probably guess by the title, and you clicked on the link because you've already seen the title, my WrestleMania 29 thoughts. I'm sorry I'm late. I stayed up until, I think it was 7 o'clock this morning, and then I had 2 hours sleep, got up, went and did some stuff, came home, fell asleep on my sofa accidentally, woke up at 7:15, had to watch WrestleMania then. That is why I'm doing this video at 12:20 on Tuesday morning, technically. WrestleMania 29. Should we get on with this one? First sign in the crowd I see says, "I'm only here to see Antonio Cesaro." You're going to be disappointed there, mate, aren't you? Sorry about that. Oh, we don't have a national anthem, which, as someone who, as this is a worldwide product, doesn't believe in having America the Beautiful open the show. I have no objection to this whatsoever. I do have objection to the fact that it was called for time reasons. That's a bit of shit. No pyro, though. That's not surprising because, of course, it's still full-on daylight. So, let's get on with it. So, the Shield defeating Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Slow in an alright opener. A hashtag pork sign in the crowd makes me a happy chappy. As the classic, I'm here, you're not. An okay opener. It's nothing spectacular. The Shield are as good as we've ever seen them. And, the spear, they go for the triple powerbomb when Sheamus and Big Slow does a spear on Ambrose. It's pretty damn fantastic. I love the splash into the RKO combo by Rollins and Randy Orton, but that leaves Orton right wide open for a spear, and Ambrose gets the cover. It's just a 10-minute match, and it's all right. Big Slow then KOs Sheamus and Randy Orton, so he's the one who turned heel. You see what I said on my predictions vid? I just said Sheamus just to come up, it's something different. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Okay match, right team won. Crowd were a bit into it, but not as much as they probably could have done. And yeah, we're up and rolling. So that's a 2-star match in my opinion. Rock's Cena build-up package for a show that I've already paid for a match that I already know is going to happen. I don't need to see this. Get on with it. I'd just like to point out that, God, there I do it again. I'm sorry, I've got to stop doing that shit. I really have. It's bothering me something fierce. Especially when Bobby Cash comes and starts ripping me about it, which is annoying. I would believe John Cena had a terrible year after his loss to The Rock last year's WrestleMania, if he hadn't main evented so many damn pay-per-views last year. Mark Henry defeating Ryback in a crap match. This one did nothing for me at all. Crowd were as flat as a pancake. I'm not a fan of big man versus big man at the best of times. This could have been good. I didn't think it was. I tried to give it a chance. Ryback gets a big pop when he managed to get Henry up for the shell shock, but then Henry grabs the ropes, meaning that he falls back on top of Ryback onto his back, covers him 1, 2, 3, and that's like, you actually think it's a botch finish. It's one of those, really? But then it's one of those also, it doesn't make sense that Mark Henry is so big and massive that when he lands on Ryback's back, he's so incapacitated that he stays down for the 3 count, but he's not so incapacitated that he can't get up and 2 minutes later do a shell shock on Mark Henry. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. That really is just one of those, I don't understand. At ringside, we see the commentators playing with those bloody toys that I'm not going to buy. And then Lillian Garcia introduces some people from the Special Olympics and Stephanie McMahon. I suppose it's all good, but it really is just the, look at us, look what we're doing, look how wonderful we are, from WWE on a show that I've paid lots of money to see. Team Hell No then defeated Big E Langston and Dolph Ziggler to retain the Tag Team Championships. I mean, Jesus wept, this one went 6 minutes. 6 minutes on a 4-hour show. I like the touch at the start where AJ Lee gives Dolph Ziggler a little good look. Casey turns around, eats a kick from Daniel Bryan. It actually wouldn't have surprised me in the slightest if Dolph had stayed down. They'll do it again. Like I say, I've got a drink here. I've got to start. I was just starting to get into this one, and then it stopped. And it's like, oh, really? Okay, then fair enough. Nice near fall off the zigzag, but a choke slam by Kane, diving headbutt by Daniel Bryan. They get the win, and it's 6 minutes on a 4-hour show. And then Fandango defeated Chris Jericho in another okay 2-star average match. Now that it's gone dark, though, I just need to point out that the Mania set all looks more impressive. And the last match, Kane's Pyro, actually looks alright because it's starting to go dark. On this one, Jericho comes out and the fireworks going over the top of him and all that. That looks good. It still doesn't feel like a WrestleMania. I don't know how it was live, but on TV it doesn't. It's not coming across as the "this is fucking WrestleMania, baby, yeah" sort of atmosphere. You know, it just doesn't. I mean, I like when Fandango hit the nice kick as Jericho was coming in from a springboard kick. That was nice. Jericho's opened up. I think maybe even by that kick. I mean, Fandango got beat the shit out of and then rolled up Jericho. Jericho went for the Lion's Salt, missed it. He tried to put the walls of Jericho on. He's obviously tweaked his knee when he missed the Lion's Salt. And Fandango just rolls him up for the 3 and it's presented as a complete fluke. And you're like, so what's just happened here? And why should I care? I mean, the match was better than I was expecting, is what I'll say. Another 2-star match. But it was nothing special. And then they show this advert where some kids are having a birthday party and we've saved the best gift till laughter as the Miz walks out. Well, hey, I wouldn't like that. Fucking hell. And then we see Miz win the IC title that no one gives a fuck about in a match that no one gives a fuck about from the pre-show, 4 minutes. Miz gets props for one thing in that match, yeah. I didn't watch the match, didn't watch the pre-show at all, but yeah, watching the highlights here. Miz put the figure 4 on correctly this time, which is good. I like that. Figure 4 is obviously a very tricky manoeuvre to do because you see it done wrong a lot. He got it right this time. So there you are, Miz. There's some props for you. We get to see a build-up video package about The Rock on a show that I already know about The Rock. And apparently, you know, lots of people saying, I'm one of the millions, I'm part of Team Bring It. Whoop-de-doo. Don't care. Just do not care. And then P. Diddy performs, which is nice. I get as far as he does one song and then he says, put your hands up or something, do this, and then, I can see you, London, and it's like, get off my screen. The only time where wrestling and music is acceptable, right, is when Justin Price performs, because he's awesome. Any other time, I just skip it. I'm not interested, and especially if I'm paying $70 for a pay-per-view, I don't want to see Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, or whatever his name is. I just don't give a fuck. Alberto Del Rio then defeated Jack Swagger in an okay match, another 2-star match, ladies and gentlemen, to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Jack Swagger doesn't get an entrance. Back to the mid-card for you, Jack. Oh yes, on a 4-hour show. Zeb Coulter cuts a promo, one last try to get these people to boo him and to hate him and all that, and it fails miserably. I don't care at this point of the show, though. I've just utterly lost interest in watching this. This becomes a chore for me. I've got to do this because I want to do a review of it, but I don't want to watch the show to review it. I'd rather just go, I watched WrestleMania, I didn't enjoy it, let's go on to Raw, personally. But I know what's coming, so I know the good shit is surely coming. Del Rio wears a white and gold trim robe to the ring. That looked nice. I like that a lot. The thing about this match so far is it's the best match of the night in my opinion so far. Even though it's still at the same rating, it's the best of the bunch. And that's right. Let me just throw this one out there. In my opinion, I know that this is how I felt. I don't know if anyone else felt like this way, yeah? And especially if you were there in the crowd, can you please let me know, right? I sat watching this match, waiting for the finish so that Dolph Ziggler could cash in his money in the bank. When the finish came and Del Rio won via the cross-arm breaker, I was happy. I said that, I said on my predictions vid that I said Del Rio should retain here. And then they went to an advert, and you're like, oh, so it's not cashing in. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. I mean, fair enough. I think on a normal pay-per-view, this probably would have been a satisfactory match. As a WrestleMania title match, it was better than the one last year, obviously, the 18-second one. But, I mean, it didn't really do anything. And the finish completely came out of nowhere, because Jack Swagger was beating on Del Rio on the outside. They went back inside, and Del Rio, literally out of nowhere, put the cross-arm breaker on it. You're like, oh, okay. And he's tapping. Brilliant, fair enough. Another very average match. And then, in the only really, really good match of the night, CM Punk lost to The Undertaker. The streak is still intact, as we all thought it would be. And the thing about this match is more than anything is that we, the IWC apparently I'm a member of, every wrestling fan that I know of, went into this match knowing that Undertaker was going to win, but you still believed, and that is the whole point. When the near falls start going down and you get suckered in, you know you're in for a good time. I enjoyed this one. Punk's selling was fantastic. Punk's mannerisms were fantastic. Taker looked in a lot better shape than I was expecting. Michael Cole comes out with some bullshit, doesn't he? How does Taker do this every year? He comes out with, well, I'll tell you how he does it. He doesn't wrestle for a year, so he's got time to heal up and to get himself in decent shape. And then, he won't wrestle from after last night for another year now. That's how he does it, Michael Cole. That's how. And I suppose because he's booked to. Paul Heyman was a charm in this one. The Japanese table not breaking after Punk did the elbow drop. That bump looked like it really fucking hurt as well, CM Punk. He landed really hard on his hip. That looked painful, man. I mean, what else was I going to say about this one? Do you want me to go through it? This will be the only one I promise, play by play. So both entrances are pretty good. I like them both. Punk has his music played live, while Taker comes out of, it looks like he's ascending out of hell, and there's loads of hands sticking up, and that's a really nice touch. Good visual. So if you take control for a while, even having time to set up the Spanish announce table, so something's coming later on, before going old school, which Punk not only counters, but hits one of his own. Punk takes control, working the neck. He goes for old school again and gets crotched. Taker teases dive into the outside onto Punk, but Heyman tries to interfere. Taker goes to choke slam him, by the looks of things off the apron, which is lovely, but instead walks into a springboard shoulder tackle from CM Punk. So he gets two off a flying elbow. Taker gets two off a choke slam. Taker gets snake eyes before he can hit the big boot. Punk comes back with a nice heel kick. They go outside where Taker tries a last ride through the Spanish announce table. Punk is able to counter, hits a kick to the Taker's head, which Taker sort of staggers and lays across the Spanish table. Like, oh, here it comes. Punk goes to the very top rope, hits Randy Savage style flying elbow right to the heart of Taker, but I'm guessing the table was meant to break, and it doesn't. Back inside, Taker gets the Hell's Gate, which Punk turns into Anaconda Vice, sorry. Not an Anaconda Vince, that'd be weird. We get an absolutely fantastic visual though, as Punk is really clamping the Anaconda Vice on. Undertaker sits up, and he's like, oh, you're fucked. I mean, you're utterly fucked. He gets out of it, goes for a chokeslam, that's counted into a GTS attempt that's countered in turn into a tombstone pile driver, complete with the crossed arms and the tongue hanging out, but Punk kicks out in the most believable near fall of the entire evening, genuinely. They trade punches, referee gets bumped, Heyman distracts Taker with the urn, enabling Punk to hit a big knee in the corner, but Taker then tries to come back with a last ride out of the corner. Heyman gives Punk the urn and he clocks him across the head, even though he actually hits the top of his shoulders, but never mind. And he does the Undertaker style cover, like I just said, the cross arms hanging out. Taker kicks out, they counter the GTS and the tombstone a few times before Taker can get one last tombstone, and that gets the win. I gave it some 4 stars, and I'm sure there's people who rated it higher. I'm sure there's people who rated it lower. My initial rating, I thought, I had to go and watch bits of this one back again because it was a 3.5 star match at first. The crowd really helped this one. They were really buzzing off it. This was the only match on the card that I think everyone in unison could say that they were looking forward to. And it's like, right, that's that one. Follow that one. We get, though, instead of following it, we get another scene. We got the Rock one before, so I guess we have to have a Cena promo. Excuse me. I just think I've just got a reservoir of snot in my head that I have to, that just starts leaking out when I do videos. So I just have to keep sniffing it all up. No, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's another Cena promo airs. It's like we've forgotten who's in the main event. Already said that one. So Triple H then defeating Brock Lesnar in an okay match. Now, if it was up to me, and I know I was moaning about this match, but I would have put the 4-on-4 match after the before the Triple H Brock Lesnar match. The crowd were needed to be brought down a peg, so a Divas match or that match would have been absolutely perfect here. But alas, no, it's Triple H defeating Brock Lesnar. What the fuck's the deal with Hunter's entrance? He comes out through this weird skull thing, and he comes out covered in white powder, which he then has to pour off with his water, which makes him once again look like he's pissed himself. Brilliant. Naturally, the crowd are deathly quiet, apart from the big moves. Like, for example, when Lesnar suplexes Triple H on the outside, they pop and then go immediately quiet. They just don't give a fuck. And I'll tell you something what else hurts this one is that it's way too long. 10 minutes too long, maybe. It's But it goes 27 minutes, I think. 10 minutes could have been shaved off this match comfortably, and they would have got exactly the same match. I absolutely guarantee it. After surviving 2 Kimuras, Triple H puts the move on, and we're all sat going, there's no way he's beating Brock Lesnar with an MMA move. Lesnar tries to power out of it, but Triple H DDTs him onto the ring steps that have been brought into the ring earlier on. He then pedigrees, no, he still doesn't do it, sorry. He hits him with a sledgehammer, then pedigrees him gently onto the ring steps. He'd done a pedigree earlier on in the match, incidentally. He botched up something fierce, and that was very funny. Too long. Shawn Michaels took an F5, and that was it, and then sold it forever on the outside. Utterly pointless having Shawn Michaels' involvement at all in this match, other than that Shawn can get a payday from WrestleMania. I'm absolutely sure of that. And, yeah. And then the other thing is, of course, Paul Heyman had been in the match with CM Punk, so he had to come out again as if nothing had happened. He wasn't bothered at all. It was stupid. They then show an Extreme Rules out. 2 stars, by the way. 2 stars, again, because it was too long and the crowd did not give a fuck. It probably would have been 3 or more if the crowd had cared, but they didn't, so it isn't. It's not simple. An Extreme Rules advert followed by a film of some sort of description that Rock's in. I haven't mentioned all the ads we've had on this one. I mean, there's been ads for the National Guard, for example, for all sorts of things that I'm not interested in buying. It's so glad that I've got this on my computer so I can just click to skip through bits. Because it's like everyone's entrances, for example, apart from Triple H's, was because I've been ticked off about that. Every single entrance was skipped on this show. Oh no, Undertaker's was sort of. I don't give a fuck about seeing Punk's theme done live. Don't care at all. For me, it's just wow, that's going to be a 3-minute long entrance. That's 3 minutes. I don't have to watch the show that I'm not interested in. Ha ha. Hall of Fame ceremony. Donald Trump gets booed. That makes me laugh. And then on to the main event. The main event, 4-on-4, isn't on the card at all. It just isn't happening ever. Unlucky to those 8 guys, sorry. I actually genuinely feel sorry for you because your match was advertised and then it's pulled from the show and not even talked about. How gutting must that be? I mean, how gutting must it be? Interestingly, this is the only title change on the entire card. Can you believe that? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Nothing special for either man's entrance, which is, I think, a bit strange. After last year, especially, they just have entrances. And that's that. No idea why I was expecting more. The thing about this whole match is we all knew that Cena was going to win. And so because of that, we didn't, at the same time, I think we all knew that Cena was going to win, and we didn't care that Rock was going to lose. So it was the main event atmosphere, the main event tension wasn't there. And then on top of that, right, there wasn't the fact that Cena's a multi-time champion meant that it didn't have that magic of when someone wins the championship. When Batista won the championship in 2005, as an example I'll use, this first one that's coming to my head, magic, wins the championship on the biggest stage for the first time. Didn't feel it here, just wasn't there at all. And then the other thing about this match, oh my goodness me, right, the first 10 minutes were feeling out process, and then once again with the Rock match this year, it's gone from feeling out process to fucking finishers. So in a 20-minute match, the last 10 minutes, with this match were just, it's like watching a fucking video game. Finisher. Counter finishers, doing each other's finishers, finisher. And you're just like, wow, I don't give a fuck about this at all. There's one good moment in this match that I really liked, and that is Cena trying to sucker the Rock in by doing the people's elbow again. That was a nice little touch. But the rest of this match just didn't do it. After what felt about the 50th Attitude Era / Rock Bottom counter attempt, Rock hits a nice DDT. He goes to the Rock Bottom, but it's naturally, obviously, counted into the AA for the win, and that is your finish. And it was okay. On another show, you might think that it was an alright or a better main event, but no. It just didn't do it for me at all. And once again, was another 2-star match. Just didn't do it. I'm in a horrible position here because I'm going to get hate no matter what I say about this show. If I love this show, you guys will give me shit for it. And if I hated this show, you guys will give me shit for it. So it's one of those tricky ones. In my humble opinion, this is a 4 out of 10 show. It really doesn't do anything for me at all. The match that I went into this show expecting to delivered, and it delivered in spades, alright? But the rest of it was so average. And the thing is, I didn't go into this show going, right, I've seen loads of tweets saying this was a crap show, or I've seen loads of Facebook messages saying this is going to be a crap show. I know it's going to be a crap show. I tried very, very hard. I really did try hard to avoid any spoilers last night. And then, so I sat down and I really thought this could be good. Go into it with an open mind and it could be good. And it just wasn't. And this is the thing I'm going to need someone to do. If you really buzzed off this WrestleMania, I need a graphic detail why. In those comments down below, I need to know why. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my WrestleMania thoughts. I'll be back tomorrow with some more Raw thoughts. Yay, I love reviewing Raw, it's awesome. You never know though, the last 2 years, the Raw after WrestleMania has been special, alright? And you never know. Tonight's episode of Raw could be that special. So I'll be back for that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I think we need like 20 subscribers to get to 1,000. Hit me a comment, I read them all. Hit that like button, and I will see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.